Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world, coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could change your life forever. Not a lottery ticket, not a stock tip, but a humble 1-cent Lincoln penny from 2009. Now, you might think, a penny? Really? Well, this is no ordinary penny. This is the 2009 Mint Mark Lincoln penny, an extraordinary coin with a rare minting error so unique that collectors across the world are literally fighting to own it. Today, we're going to dive deep into why this small, unassuming piece of copper could be worth $5 million in the current market. And if you have one hiding in your collection, or even tucked away in a drawer, it's time to pay attention, because every second counts in the world of rare coins. Before we go further, let me ask you, have you ever found something in your house and thought, this could be priceless? Well, that's exactly the thrill that thousands of collectors experience when they discover a coin like this. And here's the kicker. Most people don't even know they have it. Yes, you might be sitting on a fortune and not even realize it. Let's rewind to 2009. The United States Mint was producing Lincoln pennies, commemorating the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Among the millions of pennies struck at the Denver Mint, a small batch emerged with a fascinating die error, a mint mark anomaly so rare that only a handful are known to exist. These coins are perfectly legal tender, yet for collectors, they are treasures of unparalleled value. Imagine a coin, a simple 1-cent piece, being more valuable than a luxury car, a mansion, or even a private yacht. Here's where it gets exciting. This 2009 Lincoln penny is in incredibly high demand, not just from casual collectors, but from serious investors looking to diversify their wealth with tangible assets. And let me tell you, the market for rare coins like this is hot, hotter than the stock market on a bull run. But here's the fear you need to feel. These coins are so rare that if you blink, someone else might snatch it up. This is a true now or never moment. Funny thought. You might check your wallet or coin jar right now and think, I hope I don't find a Monopoly coin instead. But jokes aside, if you do have a 2009 penny with the mint mark error, the excitement is real. Millions of dollars could be within your grasp. And unlike a gamble, this is a collectible with proven value and historical significance. Now, let's take a quick pause. Imagine your grandkids asking, Grandma, what's this old penny? And you casually say, oh, that's worth more than your college tuition. You might want to pause and chuckle, but also, maybe start checking your coin collection. Here's the truth. Every day that passes, opportunities like this slip away. The 2009 Lincoln penny with the rare mint mark error is not just rare. It's coveted. Auctions for similar coins have seen jaw-dropping bids, and in today's market, this coin has a current estimated value of $5 million. Yes, you read that correctly, $5 million. That's not just wealth, that's generational legacy. And here's why it's urgent. Collectors are actively searching, dealers are constantly bidding, and private sales happen behind closed doors. If you discover that you own one of these coins, hesitation could cost you more than just money. It could cost you a life-changing opportunity. Imagine looking back a year from now, knowing your penny could have made you a multimillionaire, and realizing someone else bought it just days before you acted. The fear of missing out is real, but the excitement of acting now is even greater. So, if you have coins from 2009, especially those minted in Denver, it's time to examine them carefully. Look at that mint mark. Check for irregularities, because one small detail could be the difference between an ordinary penny and a treasure worth millions of dollars. And for those watching who want to turn old coins into a lifestyle of wealth, this is not a fantasy. It's history repeating itself in the most profitable way possible. As we close, remember this. Opportunities like the 2009 Lincoln penny don't come twice. History has its way of rewarding those who act, those who dare to look deeper, and those who recognize value when it stares them in the face. Your old coins could be the key to an extraordinary legacy, one small penny at a time. So, check your drawers, check your jars, and most importantly, check your mindset, because your next step could change everything. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly change your life. A coin so rare, so extraordinarily unique, that collectors across the globe would pay millions just for the chance to own it. I'm talking about the 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Yes, the 1-cent coin that was never meant to stand out. Yet somehow, in the quiet corners of coin production, a spectacular error turned it into one of the most valuable pennies in history. Today, that humble copper disc could be worth a staggering $3 million. That's right, $3 million for something you probably never even noticed jingling in your pocket. But here's the thing, most people will pass it by, completely unaware. Will you be one of them? Or will you seize the moment before it's too late? Let's take a step back and understand why this penny is not just rare, but coveted. The 1991 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is essentially a minting anomaly. Most pennies bear a small letter identifying the mint that produced them. But due to an unexpected error, a tiny batch slipped through without it. Think about that. What ordinary hands overlooked becomes extraordinary fortune for someone paying attention. Collectors describe it as the unicorn of pennies. And believe me, the competition to find one is fierce. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Just imagine the thrill of discovery. Picture this. You're sorting through old coin collections in your attic, maybe a dusty old jar from your childhood, and you notice a penny that looks just a little different. Your heart starts racing. Your pulse quickens. That's not just curiosity. That's opportunity knocking. And let me tell you, moments like this don't wait. The longer you hesitate, the more likely someone else will claim the prize, the $3 million prize, that could have been yours. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Could it really be worth that much? Well, consider this. Rare coins are more than money. They are status, power, and legacy. Millionaires and serious collectors don't just want coins. They want the story, the thrill, the bragging rights. Owning a 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is owning a piece of history that practically screams prestige. And here's a humorous thought. Imagine telling your friends, "Oh, this old penny? Worth $3 million. Their jaws would drop faster than a coin flipping in the air. Now, here's the reality. These pennies are vanishing from circulation. Every day, someone discovers a hidden treasure and secures a life-changing payday. This is your chance to act. If you have a collection, if you've ever held a coin from the early 90s, don't dismiss it. Examine it, verify it, because one coin could be the difference between ordinary and extraordinary wealth. The market is heated, collectors are desperate, and the value only climbs higher with each passing month. And this is where the excitement turns into urgency. $3 million is not a distant fantasy. It's the current market value. That's what serious collectors are ready to pay today. Not next year, not next decade, today. So if you've ever dreamed of selling a rare coin, stepping into a world of elite collectors, or securing a financial windfall, this is your moment. Don't let hesitation rob you of what could be the most lucrative decision of your life. Remember, opportunities like this don't knock twice. That simple penny, sitting quietly in your jar or wallet, could be your ticket to a life most people only imagine. So, check your collections, inspect every penny, and ask yourself, could this be the coin that changes everything? Because in the world of rare coins, the 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just valuable, it's legendary. And legends, my friends, don't wait. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, an object so small, so ordinary, that it's almost invisible. Now imagine that this same penny, if you own it, could make you a millionaire. Sounds absurd, right? But in the world of coin collecting, that's not fiction. It's reality. Today, we're diving into one of the most extraordinary coin errors in American history. The 1979 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. A coin so rare, so sought after, that its current market value has soared to a staggering $3 million. And yes, you heard that right, $3 million. But before you start rummaging through your old change jar, let's set the stage. Most pennies you find are everyday currency, designed to be spent without thought. But every once in a while, history slips through the cracks, leaving behind a small piece of metal with a story so unique it could transform your life. If you've ever dreamed of discovering a hidden treasure among your old coins, what I'm about to reveal could change everything. So, what makes this 1979 Lincoln penny so special? Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia that year carry no mint mark, but the rare error pennies, produced due to a striking anomaly at the mint, are completely unique. Imagine the millions of pennies struck that year, only a handful left with this distinct feature. To put it simply, this coin is like finding a needle in a haystack, while the haystack is the size of Texas. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Coin collectors, investors, and even museums are in a frenzy to acquire this gem. The rarity alone has created a market frenzy. Some experts say that if you possess one of these pennies, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a key to financial freedom and prestige. Now, I know what you're thinking. Could this really be worth millions? The answer is yes, and the demand is growing every single day. Let me pause for a moment. Picture telling your friends, "I found a penny worth more than most houses in my neighborhood." Cue the awkward silence, followed by jaws dropping. Or imagine the moment when a buyer finally hands over that check for $3 million. No exaggeration. That's not just excitement. That's life-altering exhilaration. And here's the kicker. These pennies are not sitting on shelves waiting for someone to find them. Most are in private collections locked away. That scarcity fuels the urgency. If you have even one, you are holding a rare opportunity that may never come again. Now, humor me for a second. When was the last time a coin made your heart race faster than your stock portfolio? Exactly. That's the power of this penny. And while others see a mere cent, collectors and investors see millions of dollars in potential wealth, just waiting to be claimed. So, what does this mean for you? If you're watching this and you've got old coins tucked away, maybe in a dusty drawer, a forgotten jar, or a shoebox under the bed, you could be sitting on a fortune. And the 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is proof that sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest value. Here's the truth. The market is hotter than ever. Serious buyers are scouring the country, ready to pay top dollar for rare coins. But here's the catch. This window of opportunity won't stay open forever. The longer you wait, the higher the risk that someone else scoops up what could be your ticket to a life of wealth, freedom, and prestige. Imagine turning a simple penny into a story you tell for the rest of your life. The day a coin changed everything. So, check your collections. Look through your jars. And if you discover one of these 1979 no-mint Mark pennies, understand this: you are holding more than just a coin. You are holding a piece of history, a testament to American craftsmanship, and perhaps your path to millions of dollars. The choice is yours. Do nothing and it slips away, or take action and claim the opportunity of a lifetime. Because here's the ultimate truth. Treasures like this don't come knocking twice. And right now, the 1979 Lincoln penny is not just rare. It's a symbol of possibility, of fortune, and of the extraordinary waiting quietly in your hands. Don't let it slip away. Imagine holding a small, seemingly ordinary coin in your hand. A Lincoln penny, the kind you've probably seen 1,000 times. But this one isn't ordinary. No. This little copper disc minted in 1979 with a D mark carries a secret so powerful, it could change the course of your life. In fact, some collectors are paying millions of dollars for it today. Yes, I said millions. $3 million to be exact. And before you scoff, it's just a penny. Let me stop you right there. You might be looking at the difference between a lifetime of financial security or letting a fortune slip through your fingers. Now, here's the kicker. This isn't some far-fetched rumor. This is real, verified, and documented in numismatic circles across the country. So why hasn't everyone found one yet? Because most people overlook what's right in front of them. It's the same penny your grandparents might have tossed into a jar. The same coin hiding in drawers, forgotten in old wallets. And that's exactly where today's millionaires once stood. On the brink of opportunity, unaware. Have you ever felt that moment of what if? The moment that makes your heart skip a beat? That's what we're diving into today. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why the 1979 D Lincoln penny error is so valuable, but you'll also know how to recognize if you're holding a treasure in your hands. Let's rewind to 1979. The United States Mint was producing millions of pennies, each stamped with the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln. But in rare cases, an error occurs, a small misalignment, a doubled die, a faint flaw. And one such error on the 1979 D penny turned an everyday coin into one of the rarest and most coveted coins in America. Picture this: collectors, seasoned experts, and even casual hobbyists, all scanning stacks of pennies in search of that elusive anomaly. Some stumble upon a few errors, maybe worth a few $100s. But the 1979D error? It's in a league of its own. The kind of rarity that doesn't just sit on a shelf. It demands attention, drives auctions into frenzy, and becomes a conversation piece in millionaire circles. Here's a humorous thought. Imagine telling your friends, "I just found a penny worth more than my car." And while they laugh, you quietly pocket $3 million in your mind. That's the level of life-changing potential we're talking about. The fear of missing out is real, and it's urgent. Because coins like this don't just wait around. They get snatched up by investors, collectors, and wealthy enthusiasts who know exactly what they have. And here's another truth. Value is only recognized when people know it exists. The market for rare coins is booming, and every year the price rises. That 1979D Lincoln penny isn't just a collector's item. It's a financial asset, a status symbol, and a piece of history all in one. Now, I want you to pause and think. What if you already have one of these pennies? Maybe in a drawer, a jar, or tucked away in a box of old coins. The question isn't whether it's worth money. It's whether you act before someone else claims your fortune. The truth is, opportunities like this don't knock twice. Coins like this are highly sought after, with serious buyers competing in the market. Every day you wait, the risk grows that someone else will capitalize on the very treasure that could secure your financial freedom. And here's the exciting part: you don't need to be a numismatic expert to recognize it. With the right guidance, you can identify a genuine 1979D Lincoln penny error and connect with buyers willing to pay top dollar. Imagine the thrill of turning a small, forgotten coin into a life-changing sum. Picture the relief of knowing you made the right move while others are still wondering if their old pennies are worth anything. So, here's the bottom line. This isn't just a coin. It's an opportunity, a story, and a potential legacy. Millions are waiting for people like you to uncover what's right under their noses. And if you've ever dreamed of transforming a simple moment into unimaginable wealth, this is your chance. Don't let a forgotten penny be someone else's fortune. Remember, every 1979D Lincoln penny error has the potential to reach $3 million in value today. The question is, will you be the one to recognize it, act on it, and claim what could be yours? Or will you watch someone else turn your forgotten coin into their millionaire story? Imagine holding a small, unassuming copper coin in your hand, barely the size of a thumbnail, but with the potential to change your life forever. I'm talking about a rare gem in the world of coin collecting, the 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like any other penny sitting in your drawer, perhaps forgotten under the couch cushions or tucked away in a dusty jar. But here's the thing. The absence of that tiny mint mark isn't just a detail. It's a doorway to unimaginable wealth. In today's market, a single coin like this can fetch up to $4 million. Yes, $4 million. Can you picture what that could mean for your life? The financial freedom, the ability to live without limits, the chance to invest, travel, or indulge in a lifestyle most only dream about. And yet, most people walk past it every day without even realizing the treasure they hold. Now, let me pause for a moment and ask you this. How often do you come across something in your home that could turn into a seven-figure windfall overnight? Exactly. That's why you need to pay attention. Let's take a step back and understand why this coin is so special. The 1975 Lincoln penny was minted in the midst of an era when the United States was experiencing significant economic and cultural shifts. Collectors expected each penny to carry the familiar mint mark, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But in extremely rare cases, a penny was released without any mint mark at all. This tiny anomaly makes it one of the most sought-after coins in the world. It's not just a coin. It's history frozen in copper, a whisper from the past that tells a story of human oversight and rarity. Here's where it gets exciting and slightly urgent. There are fewer than a handful of these coins in existence. Imagine being the person who discovers one in a roll of pennies from a bank or a forgotten collection in an attic. This is a coin that could be your ticket from ordinary to extraordinary. But here's a little secret most coin enthusiasts don't tell you. The window to sell these treasures at top market value is fleeting. Demand is skyrocketing, buyers are fierce, and every day that passes without action is potentially millions of dollars lost. And, just to keep your attention, let me throw a quick curveball. How many times have you seen a penny actually make the evening news? Yeah, exactly. This isn't just a coin. This is headline material. The thrill of finding, holding, and potentially selling a coin like this creates a mix of excitement, anticipation, and yes, fear of missing out. So what does this mean for you? If you've ever owned a 1975 Lincoln penny, or even just a jar of old coins, it's time to look again. Every coin could hold the key to unimaginable wealth. The 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is not just valuable, it's in high demand. Collectors around the globe are actively searching for these rare coins, and the offers are nothing short of extraordinary. This is not a time to hesitate. A single decision, whether to examine, verify, or consult an expert, could be the difference between leaving a fortune on the table and claiming it as your own. And here's the emotional kicker. Imagine the stories you'll tell when you transform a dusty penny into millions. You'll not only have the financial freedom to live a life most can only dream about, but you'll also experience the thrill of uncovering a hidden treasure that most people overlook every single day. It's exciting, it's empowering, and it's yours if you act now. So, take a moment today. Dust off those coin jars, examine those old pennies, and ask yourself, could one of them be the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth millions? Because in a world where opportunities like this are vanishing faster than ever, hesitation is costly. Your moment is here. Your treasure is waiting. And the next step you take could very well change your life forever. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. Not just a few dollars, not just a rare collector's item, but a staggering $3 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But in the world of rare coins, reality often surpasses imagination. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing and highly sought-after numismatic treasures, the 1975 D Lincoln penny with a mint mark error. If you've ever come across an old penny in your drawer, a forgotten coin jar, or inherited a collection, this could be the moment that transforms your financial story. Yes, I said transform because one coin, one tiny piece of copper, could literally turn into a life-altering fortune. Now, before you dismiss it as just another penny, let me ask you something. Have you ever held something ordinary and realized it was extraordinary? That thrill, that heart-pounding moment when your eyes widen and your mind races with possibilities. That is exactly what collectors feel when they find this elusive gem. And here's the kicker. The 1975 D-error penny isn't just rare. It's iconic. The US Mint made a tiny mistake, a misstep in the stamping process, and that error is now worth millions. This coin doesn't just sit in a collection. It commands attention, respect, and a price tag that most people only dream about. So why is this little Lincoln penny worth a jaw-dropping $3 million today? Let's break it down. The coin is a 1975 D Lincoln cent from the Denver Mint, but the magic lies in a minting error that collectors call a double die or off-center strike. What happens in these errors is that the die, the stamp that imprints the coin's design, misaligns, creating a one-of-a-kind anomaly. The result? A coin that is not just unique, but historically significant. And in the rarefied world of coin collectors, uniqueness equals demand. Think about it. People don't just want rare coins. They crave them. They compete for them. Auctions for coins like this don't just attract hobbyists. They attract the ultra-wealthy, investors, and collectors who understand that this isn't just a coin. It's liquid wealth you can hold in your hand. And here's where it gets exciting. Unlike the stock market or real estate, where fortunes can vanish overnight, owning a coin like this is tangible, secure, and historically proven to appreciate in value over decades. You're literally holding a piece of history and millions of dollars in the palm of your hand. Now, let's pause for a moment. Picture this. You're sitting on a collection of old pennies, just like any household might have, and suddenly, one small coin, the one nobody notices, could pay off your mortgage, fund your dreams, or leave a lasting legacy. How many people can say they've held a fortune in their pocket? Probably not many. That's the thrill, the adrenaline, The urgency of knowing that every drawer, every jar, every forgotten coin could hold your ticket to wealth. Here's the reality. Coins like the 1975 Lincoln penny with the mint mark error are extremely rare. The market is hot, collectors are searching, and the value is climbing. The $3 million figure isn't just hype. It's based on real, documented sales in private auctions. And while most people are still holding onto their coins as sentimental keepsakes, savvy sellers are cashing in, turning nostalgia into life-changing wealth. You might be thinking, could I really have one? The answer is, maybe. Many Americans have old coins tucked away from decades ago. And here's the urgency. Every day that passes, the competition grows and opportunities to sell at maximum value shrink. The collectors who know about these coins are watching, bidding, and buying. If your coin is authenticated and in the right hands, you're not just selling. It's a historic transaction. And here's a little pattern interrupt. Did you know that someone literally found a coin worth over $1 million in a cereal box? That's right. Sometimes, life-changing fortunes are hidden in the most unexpected places. Humor aside, the lesson is clear. Don't overlook what seems ordinary. The penny in your jar could be extraordinary, and the 1975 Lincoln penny error is proof of that. So, if you own a collection of Lincoln pennies, take a moment to examine them carefully. Look for the mint mark errors, the slight misstrikes, the subtle anomalies. Get them authenticated. Because when you hold a coin like this, you're holding more than metal, you're holding a gateway to millions. And that moment, that realization, that could be your moment. The 1975 Lincoln penny with a mint mark error is more than a coin. It's a reminder that fortune often favors the observant, the patient, and the bold. It's proof that history, rarity, and timing can align perfectly to create unimaginable value. If you have this coin, or any rare pennies tucked away, don't let them sit forgotten. The market is waiting, the collectors are eager, and the opportunity to turn a tiny piece of copper into $3 million is real, tangible, and yours to seize. Remember, this isn't just about money. It's about empowerment, freedom, and the thrill of owning something truly exceptional. So, dig through your collection, pay attention to the details, and embrace the possibility that your penny could be the most valuable thing you've ever owned. After all, history favors the bold, and today it could favor you. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin so rare, so coveted, that it could transform your life overnight. I'm talking about the legendary 1971 Lincoln penny. But not just any penny. This one bears a secret that most collectors overlook. The 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny error. It's a coin that defies the ordinary. A coin that whispers the tantalizing possibility of millions in value. Today, we're diving deep into this extraordinary numismatic gem, exploring why collectors across the country are willing to pay up to $5 million for a single flawless specimen. But first, let me ask you, have you ever wondered if a coin sitting in your drawer might be the key to unimaginable wealth? Now, before your mind starts racing with visions of dollar signs and yachts, let's pause for a moment. Picture this. You pull out your loose change from a jacket pocket, expecting nothing more than a few cents, and then you spot it. An error that could change your life. That's the thrill of discovering a 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny. The excitement isn't just about money. It's about uncovering a piece of American history that few will ever hold in their hands. Here's where it gets intense. The 1971 Lincoln penny without a mint mark isn't a common oversight. It's a rare printing anomaly. The U.S. Mint was meticulous in marking its coins, and yet, a tiny number escaped their eagle-eyed scrutiny. That scarcity has turned these pennies into some of the most sought-after coins in the world. But here's the catch. The market is explosive, and competition is fierce. If you happen to own one of these pennies, hesitation could cost you millions. Now, let's inject a little humor to reset the tension. Imagine telling your grandkids, "I had $1 million coin in my pocket, and I thought it was just lunch money." Funny, right? But for serious collectors and sellers, this isn't a joke. It's an urgent reality. Every day, news spreads about coins that sell for record-breaking prices, and those who wait too long often watch opportunities slip through their fingers. Fear of missing out isn't just a feeling here. It's a powerful motivator. And let's be clear, this coin doesn't just sit on a shelf collecting dust. It commands attention at auctions, driving collectors into bidding wars that rival high-end real estate. The emotional pull is undeniable. Excitement surges when a well-preserved penny hits the market, especially when its flawless condition reflects that pristine no-mint mark error. Suddenly, something small and unassuming becomes an object of desire, a tangible asset that represents both history and fortune. So, what does this mean for you? If you own a 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, you are holding more than a coin. You are holding the potential to join an elite circle of collectors and investors who understand the rare value of numismatic treasures. The current market value, according to the most recent reports, can reach as high as $5 million. Yes, $5 million. And as the demand grows, so does the urgency. Now, imagine making the decision today to authenticate and list your coin. Think about the doors that could open, the lifestyle you've envisioned, the security, the freedom. This isn't just about money. It's about stepping into a legacy, becoming part of a story that few ever get to experience. And here's the kicker. Every passing moment increases the risk that someone else will seize the opportunity you might have overlooked. So, take a deep breath, examine your collection, and ask yourself, could one small penny be the gateway to a life of extraordinary possibilities? If you think it might be, it's time to act. Don't wait for the market to slip past you. Connect with trusted coin appraisers, have your treasures authenticated, and be ready to sell to buyers who understand their true worth. Remember, history favors the bold, and fortune favors the informed. That 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's your chance to claim a piece of history and wealth simultaneously. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, a small, unassuming piece of metal, barely catching the light, yet it could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. Not just any coin, one of the rarest treasures in American numismatics. The 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, why should I care? But what if I told you that this single coin, once overlooked by generations of collectors, could fetch over $2 million in today's market? Yes, $2 million. That's more than most people make in a lifetime. And here's the kicker. It's not in some museum or behind velvet ropes. Could be sitting in someone's drawer, or maybe even yours. Now, before we dive deeper, let me ask you, have you ever passed by something so ordinary that you never realized its true value? Maybe a coin, a piece of jewelry, or even a family heirloom. If so, you're about to learn how missing just a tiny detail, a mint mark, can turn an everyday penny into a priceless treasure. The 1967 Lincoln penny was minted in the United States during a time of incredible change, a year marked by history and social upheaval. But what makes this coin extraordinary isn't the year itself. It's the missing mint mark. Coins from that year typically bear a D or S marking, showing which mint produced them. But a rare handful of pennies escaped this norm. Why? Errors in the minting process, a subtle oversight that collectors now crave. Here's where it gets exciting. These pennies are so rare that the United States Mint itself never intended them to exist. They are ghosts of history, whispers from the past, and owning one means holding a piece of a story few will ever experience. Every collector, every wealthy investor who knows the numismatic world, is searching for one. The fear of missing out, the thought that someone else might get it first, drives the market higher every day. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to say, I own a $2 million coin? Not only does it represent wealth, but it's also a legacy. A symbol of foresight, of patience, of understanding value where others see nothing. But here's a pattern-interrupting thought. You might be thinking, a penny? Really? I get it. Imagine telling your grandkids one day, Grandpa's $2 million penny? Yeah, I bought it at the grocery store for a nickel. That story alone is priceless. But let's get serious. The market for these coins is exploding right now. The demand is insatiable. Wealthy collectors, high-net-worth investors, and even museums are willing to pay extraordinary sums for the chance to own a piece of this rare numismatic legend. Every year, as more people discover these hidden treasures, the value climbs, and the opportunity to claim one diminishes. Fear of missing out isn't just hype. It's real. So, What does this mean for you? If you've ever stumbled upon a collection of old coins, or even just a forgotten penny jar, now is the time to look closely. This isn't speculation. This is history-backed, million-dollar potential. Those ordinary pennies in your home, your safe, or your attic could be hiding one of the rarest treasures in the United States. Picture yourself in a few years, walking into an auction or private sale and hearing, "We have a buyer ready to pay $2 million for this coin." The thrill, the excitement, the validation. It's an emotional rush like no other. And the best part? You don't need to be a professional collector to take part. Knowledge, curiosity, and attention to detail are all it takes, so here's the final thought. Don't let what seems small or insignificant blind you to extraordinary opportunity. Look again at those coins, those pennies, those heirlooms. One of them could change your life forever. Because in the world of rare coins, missing a mint mark doesn't just make a coin rare. It makes it legendary, highly sought after, and worth millions. And while most people sleep on it, you have the chance to act, to discover, and to claim your piece of history. Remember, opportunities like this don't come often. The 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's a key to a wealthy lifestyle, to legacy, and to the thrill of holding history in your hands. So look carefully, act decisively, and who knows? Maybe that penny you've been ignoring could be your $2 million miracle. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand. A coin so rare, so extraordinary, that collectors would pay millions just for a glimpse. Now, take a deep breath and picture this. A 1964 mint mark Lincoln penny, the one everyone overlooked for decades, suddenly becoming the crown jewel of American numismatics. You might be sitting on one right now, and if you are, the life you've dreamed of, luxury cars, private vacations, financial freedom, could be just a phone call away. Yes, I said millions. In fact, the current market value of this elusive coin? $5 million. Pause for a second, $5 million. That's not a typo. But let's back up. Before we get into the how much and the where, you need to understand why this penny, just 1 cent, can hold a fortune. You see, errors like the 1964 mint mark penny are incredibly rare. Most pennies from that year are ordinary, tossed in jars or drawers. But a small minting error, something as subtle as an incorrect die mark, transforms it from pocket change into a fortune. And here's the kicker. Only a handful of these error pennies exist. That's why the demand is insane. Collectors are actively hunting for them. They're scanning garages, attics, even old coin jars at flea markets. If you have one, you're not just a coin owner. You're a ticket holder to a world most people can only dream about. Now, I know what you're thinking. Could it really be mine? Let's pause for a second and ask ourselves. How many times in life do opportunities this rare come knocking? The fear of missing out is real. That's why I'm here, to make sure you don't let this slip by. Imagine someone else cashing in on your hidden treasure while you sit there, wondering, what if? That's a painful thought. And yet, it's exactly what happens to thousands of people who underestimate the coins sitting quietly in their drawers. Here's a little secret. It doesn't matter if you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned hobbyist. The 1964 mint mark penny isn't just valuable, it's highly desirable. Its story is magnetic. Minted during a pivotal moment in American history, it carries both legacy and rarity. And let's be honest, rarity drives value. The excitement here is palpable. Just imagine the phone ringing, the bidding wars online, the offers from wealthy collectors and auction houses ready to pay you what most people spend in a lifetime on a house. Yes, that's the level we're talking about. And here's where it gets even more thrilling. These coins aren't going to be around forever. Every day, one more enters a collection, disappears into a safe, or is passed down without its owner ever realizing its true worth. The urgency is real, and the clock is ticking. By the way, if you're watching this thinking, a penny? I barely use them to buy gum. Let me stop you right there. This isn't your typical pocket change. This is the Beyoncé of pennies. Rare, iconic, and worth way more than the average Joe's attention span. So, what should you do if you suspect you have one of these treasures? Step 1. Don't panic, and don't toss it in the coin jar with the rest of your change. Step 2. Get it authenticated. Professional coin grading services can verify its rarity, and once that's done, you're no longer holding just a penny. You're holding a ticket to a life-changing sale. Step 3. Sell smartly. This isn't eBay or a yard sale. You're talking high-stakes auctions, private collectors, and verified buyers who understand the value of a 1964 D mint mark penny. Now, take a moment to imagine the life that coin can unlock. Luxury vacations, financial freedom, helping your family secure their future. This is the kind of opportunity that doesn't come knocking twice. And the beauty of it? You don't have to gamble on stocks, real estate, or crypto. You already own it. It's sitting quietly, waiting for you to claim your fortune. The excitement, the fear of missing out, the adrenaline. It all comes down to one decision. Will you act now or let history slip through your fingers? Before we close, let me leave you with this. In a world where opportunities are fleeting, the rarest treasures are often hiding in plain sight. That 1964 D mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's a golden key to wealth, freedom, and legacy. And right now, it's more valuable than ever. If you have one, the time to act is today. Don't let this fortune vanish into someone else's hands. Imagine holding a tiny coin in the palm of your hand, one that could transform your life forever. Not a stock tip, not a lottery ticket, but a coin minted over 60 years ago, the 1960 D Lincoln penny with a rare mint mark error. While most pennies from that era are worth mere cents, this extraordinary error coin can fetch an astonishing $4 million in today's market. Yes, $4 million, all from a single, seemingly ordinary penny. Now, pause for a moment and think. What if you unknowingly have this treasure in a dusty old jar at home? Or worse, what if someone else finds it before you do? The fear of missing out on life-changing wealth is real, and it's happening every single day. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at your collection of old coins and wondered if one of them might secretly be a fortune waiting to be discovered? Most people glance, shrug, and walk away. But not you, because you're here, seeking opportunity, knowledge, and the thrill of the hunt. And today, we're going to dive deep into a story of rarity, value, and the secret that could turn a simple penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. The 1960 D Lincoln penny is already iconic, a symbol of mid-century America. But within that mint, a small number of pennies were struck with an unusual error, a double die or a misaligned mint mark, and suddenly, what was ordinary became extraordinary. Collectors across the world are chasing these coins with relentless urgency. Why? Because their rarity is not just a number. It's history frozen in copper, a tangible link to an era long gone. And history, my friends, has a way of creating value beyond imagination. Here's where it gets exciting. You might think, it's just a penny. How could it be worth millions? But that's exactly the trap most people fall into. Those who dismiss it often leave unimaginable wealth on the table. In 2026, reports show that a flawless 1960 D Lincoln penny with this error could sell at auction for around $4 million. Yes, in dollars, not a typo. That's the kind of money that changes lives, funds dreams, and secures legacies. Think about what that could do for you. Financial freedom, the ability to live life on your own terms, and the satisfaction of owning a piece of history that others only dream of. And let's be honest, finding such a coin isn't about luck. It's about knowledge and action. You need to know what to look for, how to authenticate it, and how to connect with buyers who are willing to pay top dollar. Imagine the thrill of holding it up under a magnifying glass, seeing that rare mint mark error, and realizing that your ordinary penny is actually a golden ticket, literally. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why collectors and investors are clamoring for these coins, and why you can't afford to ignore this opportunity. Here's the truth. Every day that penny sits unnoticed is a day someone else could claim your fortune. But it doesn't have to be that way. The 1960 D Lincoln penny error is not just valuable, it's in extremely high demand. Wealthy collectors are constantly searching, auctions are heating up, and media coverage only increases interest and prices. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to capitalize on knowledge that most people overlook. You see, it's not just about money, it's about empowerment. Imagine turning a dusty coin jar into millions, the stories you'll tell, the security you'll create for your family, and the thrill of being the one who recognized opportunity before anyone else. And here's a little secret. The market for rare coins is more active than ever. With proper guidance, authentication, and a touch of courage, what seems like a small penny can become a massive asset. So ask yourself, are you going to let this chance slip away? Or are you ready to discover, authenticate, and claim a piece of history that could redefine your financial future? Don't wait, because while you're thinking, someone else is buying. And remember, this isn't just any coin. This is the 1960 D Lincoln penny era, a coin that can change fortunes, create legacies, and elevate you to a level of wealth few ever imagine. The clock is ticking, the market is moving, and your potential $4 million treasure may be waiting quietly in your home, just waiting for you to see it.